just for me, right? Yes. So how many of you know what your passion is? Raise your hand. You know what you want to do, you know what your passion is. Okay, put your hand down. How many of you don't know? You really have no idea. Okay. Alright, cool. Well, when I was your age, I had no idea. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And everyone always talked about following your passion, finding your passion, do what you love. And I was completely lost on it. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I tried all different things. I thought maybe I wanted to be an actor. So I auditioned for every school play, and I got cut from every single one. I didn't even make the chorus, and they told me that everyone makes the chorus, and I couldn't even do that. So I thought maybe I would try sports. So I actually tried out for the basketball team. I tried out for the cheerleading squad, the volleyball team, and the soccer team, and I did not make one of them. Yeah, pretty bad, right? So I also tried ice skating, I tried singing, I tried painting, I tried golf, I took horseback riding lessons. I tried all these different things, and I could not find anything that I loved, anything that I was passionate about, and anything that I was good at. So when I was your age, I was pretty lost, and it was a tough time. And then I turned 17, and I was supposed to figure out where I wanted to go to college and what I wanted to do. So I thought maybe I had a passion for fashion. So my parents took me to New York City to visit the Fashion Institute of Technology. And I thought I wanted to go there, and so I applied, and I got accepted. And then once we visited, and I saw the teeny tiny dorm rooms and all the girls walking around all fashionably dressed, I learned that I had a passion for shopping and not a passion for fashion. So I decided not to go to FIT. And then I turned 18, and so I wasn't going to go to college, which you all should go to college. And I decided that I was going to work, and I was going to try different jobs and find a job that I loved doing, and maybe I could find my passion that way. So that worked for a few years, and I had about 30 jobs, and I quit all of them, or I got fired from several. And I still did not know what I wanted to do. I still just could not find my passion. I could not find what I loved doing. And so I know a lot of you raised your hand and said you know what your passion is, and that is so awesome, because I didn't when I was your age, and I hope the rest of my story inspires you to keep following your passion, because you all truly deserve to do something that you love. But for the rest of you who don't know what your passion is, and maybe you're like I was at your age, and I was really afraid that I would never find my passion, and that I would have to settle for just working a job to make a living, and just kind of settle into doing something that I didn't love because I couldn't find something that I did love. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case, that you don't have to settle, that none of you should settle for doing something you don't love. And if you don't know what that is, just keep trying things until you find what you do love. I was in my early 20s when I finally figured out what my passion was. So I was working as a cashier at a car dealership. And I went to college. I was going to SUNY Brockport studying psychology, and I was 6 credits shy from earning my degree. And I thought I wanted to be a therapist. So I wanted to be a therapist for 2 reasons. One, I really liked helping people, and I really wanted to help especially teenagers who were having a tough time, because I had a tough time. I also learned through that long string of 30-odd jobs that the one thing that I didn't want was to work for someone else. I wanted to work for myself. I learned that I didn't like following someone else's rules, and I didn't like being stuck inside someone else's structure, that I really wanted to do my own thing. So I thought I could open my own therapy practice, and that would be a good way to do what I love to do. Then my guidance counselor at college told me that I would have to continue on for my master's degree, which I didn't want to do, and that I would have to work in someone else's practice before I could open my own practice. And I learned at that time, I was like, I can't work for someone else for any longer. There's gotta be another way. So I'm at the car dealership working, I'm talking with my coworker Patty, and I had recently read an article about all these gourmet cupcake shops that were becoming really popular in bigger cities, like LA and New York and Chicago. And it was really starting to become a trend. And in that moment, I had an idea, a crazy idea, but I had an idea. So I rushed home that night from work, and I sat down at my laptop, and I typed into Google how to bake cupcakes. Now, I had never baked before, ever. I had never baked before. And I just had this feeling that this could be something that I could maybe love doing. So I started baking, and I learned how to bake through Google. You can learn anything through Google. It's really, really amazing. And that was 6 years ago. And today I stand here in front of you guys, and I've opened and closed a very successful cupcake shop. I've won Food Network's Cupcake Wars. I got a book deal to publish a cookbook, and now I've launched a gourmet frosting line that's available in over 90 retail locations. Once you find your passion, everything changes. Once you follow your passion, you'll love what you do every single day. And even when you fail, because you will, or as Thomas Edison said, you'll find 10,000 ways that simply did not work. And you'll want to quit at times, but you won't, because you'll be doing what you love, you'll be following your passion. And even though I had no idea how to bake or open a business or run a business, I did. And when I auditioned for Cupcake Wars, the year that I opened my shop, I got the call a few weeks after I auditioned and submitted my audition video. I got the call from the casting agent telling me that I did not make it. I did not make it on the show. That was really, really disappointing. It was crushing. I had just opened my shop, and I thought that being on this show would change everything. And I didn't make the show. But a year later, the casting agent called again and asked if I would audition again. And I said, okay. Even though I did it the year before and I didn't make it, when you follow your passion, you're going to want to do any opportunity that comes your way. You're going to want to latch onto it, because you never know what can happen. It might not have worked the first time, but it might work the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time. So I auditioned again, and I did make it on the show. And 4 months after that, there was a 45-minute line outside my shop, day after day after day, for months. And it really did change my business. And it was an insanely exciting time. It was crazy. It was madness, and I was in love with it for about 3 months. And then I wasn't in love with it anymore. It stopped being exciting. And when your passion stops being your passion, when you stop loving what you're doing, when you stop waking up every day filled with excitement, then you need to do something different. And it doesn't mean quitting, it doesn't mean giving up, it just means pivoting. You need to pivot so that you can reignite that fire and reignite that flame that makes you excited to get up every day. And at that point, I wasn't excited to get up every day. I dreaded going into my shop. I didn't want to be there. And I knew that I wanted to not give up, but I wanted to do something that expanded my business and that grew my business and that I felt passionate about again. So I had an idea one day when I was leaving my shop to go home for the night, and I once again sat down at my computer and I typed into Google how to write a cookbook. See, I decided if I could write a cookbook and I could get a book deal, that my business could expand from Rochester outside around the country. And I researched and I researched and I envisioned having this cookbook, and I envisioned and fantasized about going into Barnes & Noble and riding up the escalator and seeing my book on the shelves. And a month later, I signed with a literary agent. And that was just through research. And 3 months after that, she called me and told me that a publishing house was offering me a deal to publish the Dollop Book of Frosting. And that really did change everything. It got me on more TV shows, it got me more press, it got me in People magazine. And that was just because I took what I didn't love anymore, which was my bakery, and I pivoted to find something that I did love, that I did feel passionate about again. And once the book came out, I closed my shop, and I was happy again. And I learned that I was passionate about frosting more than cupcakes at that point. So I decided to work hard to launch an all-natural line of frosting, which is now available and it's growing. And so the point of my story really is that it's important to find what you're passionate about. And if you've found it already, it's important to follow it, because once you follow your passion, you'll love what you're doing, and you'll wake up every day with excitement. The best part of my life right now is that I never know what's going to happen every day. I wake up every day not knowing what's going to happen, and that's just exciting. It could be a really terrible day, like yesterday was a bad day for me, but at the end of the day, I got good news about something, and it became a good day. So when you're doing what you love, that really is the most exciting thing, is that anything is possible. The world truly is your oyster. You can make anything happen in the world when you're doing what you love. So follow your passion, you guys, and if you don't know what it is, keep searching, because you will find it. Thank you.